Hi, welcome back to another Heather Mac Reacts. Today we're going through some more Am I the A-hole stories. And if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe because I post 5 times a week, every single week. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this first Am I the A-hole story. This says, am I the A-hole for asking my wife to dress more femininely for my sister's wedding? Oh, already I want to smack this guy in the penis. That is a joke for legal purposes. I am just kidding. I don't smack anyone in the penis. But the thought does cross my mind occasionally reading these stories. Anyway, let's see what this gentleman has to say. I, male 32, and my wife, female 30, have been married for 5 years and are expecting our first child. She's in her 6th month of pregnancy. She has a very tomboyish style, wearing only loose t-shirts, jeans, sneakers, and caps. She never uses makeup, dresses, heels, or accessories. I don't mind this because it's her personality and I respect that. And you married her this way? Pretty sure she didn't just adopt a brand new style the second she got married, right, homeboy? However, next weekend we're attending my younger sister's wedding. It's a formal and elegant event, and I know my family will judge my wife for her style. They are very conservative and traditional, and they expect women to dress femininely and appropriately. I don't want them to talk behind her back or cause any embarrassment. To her or to you? Is my question. So I asked my wife to dress more femininely for the wedding. I suggested she wear a nice dress that complements her belly, comfortable yet stylish shoes, and maybe a bit of makeup and earrings. I told her she would look beautiful like that and it would be a special occasion for both of us. So now she's dressing to impress her husband. That is a personal choice. I do not wake up every morning and go, what's my husband gonna want me to wear today? No. However, I can and I have made the choice. Let's say he has a day off and we're going out to dinner that night. I'm like, oh, he's complimented this shirt before. Let me wear it and maybe he'll like it. That is a personal choice. I don't have to do a goddamn thing with my wardrobe for my husband because it's my body and I'll wear what I want. And he has no say in it. But anyway, enough about me. Back to the story. She got angry with me. Shocker. She said I was trying to change who she is and that I didn't accept her as she is. She said I was being shallow and that I should care more about her than other people's opinions. She said she would wear what she wants and if anyone had a problem with it, they could go to hell. Along with you, sir. I was disappointed with her reaction. I wasn't trying to change who she is. I just wanted her to feel good and fit in at the event. I think she felt just fine wearing her old clothes. I think you're the one who has a problem with it, and you're the one who wanted to fit in at the event. I don't think I asked for too much. I just wanted her to make a small effort for me and my family. That's the effort that's important to you, what she puts on her body. Oh, give me strength. Okay, now she's not talking to me and I don't know what to do. I don't want to cause problems between them, but I also don't want to hurt anyone. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, buddy, you are. Edit, I read all the answers. I understood. I'm an asshole. I shouldn't have done that. I've already apologized to my wife and she accepted, although she's still upset. If my family criticizes her for her choice of outfit, I will defend her. As you effing should. You needed a whole freaking internet full of people to tell you that you're a freaking a-hole and you should let your damn wife wear what the hell she's comfortable with. I don't give a shit if she's going to meet the Queen of England. She should be comfortable while doing it. Unbelievable. Let's see what the comments say. What was your wife planning on wearing to the formal wedding? Not jeans and a ball cap, I'm sure. Next says, she will wear a black pantsuit, a white shirt, Oxford shoes, a bow tie, and a flower brooch. That's not the OP though, so I don't know how they know that. A bow tie? It's a little, but it's not my body, so I ain't gonna say nothing. Next says that's formal and fit for a wedding, but it doesn't say OP, so I don't know who this is or how they know this. Next says he's putting all of his thoughts and emotion on her as if it is for her benefit. She isn't the one who will be embarrassed. He is. She isn't the one who will be uncomfortable. He is. Honey, please wear makeup for your own comfort. That's got nothing to do with her and everything to do with him. We've seen a guy before suggest that his wife put on makeup, and we've also seen him be roasted. You'd think these men would learn, but apparently they don't. My husband would never in a million years suggest what I should or shouldn't wear unless it is, honey, that's a short sleeve and it's cold outside. Are you sure you don't want to wear something warmer? And that's for my comfort and my well-being, not for how I look standing next to him. He would never dare because he values his life. You are the a-hole. I'd like to know what you all think in the comments, and let's get on to the next story. This says, am I the a-hole for kicking my 72-year-old mother-in-law out of the house at night because she threw away my things? Kicking her out in the middle of the night might sound like a bit of an overreaction. However, on what planet is it okay for your mother-in-law to throw away your things? My mother-in-law would never dare. My mother-in-law comes to my house and folds my clean laundry. And does dishes. I mean, she doesn't do she doesn't come to my house and like find a sink full of our dishes and do them. No, but like she loves having a dishwasher when she's here. So like she wakes up earlier than we do and she'll like empty it from the night before, start filling it. Like she loves doing it, which is fine because it's all of our dishes. And she understands that like she's adding 2+ people to the house full of dishes, so she's not just expecting me to take on all the household duties, because they're here spending time with us. She would never in a million years throw away my things. She has more sense than that. She has more common decency than that. Let's see what the story says. I, 36 female, live with my husband, 41 male. I have a decent relationship with my mother-in-law, or you did. Compared to a lot of the horror stories I hear from friends, she's quite sweet and warm. She is, however, a little over-controlling, overprotective. I'm not sure of the exact word, but she has very strong ideas about things and no sense of boundaries. For example, when she stays at our house, she takes over the kitchen completely and insists on cooking all our meals. She cooks wonderfully, but she won't let me help her at all and puts everything away in the wrong places and then insists that her way is more logical. Back to me, my mother-in-law stayed for about a week last time her and my father-in-law came. And yes, she did very graciously cook us 2 meals, I believe. And it was just nice. Like we didn't have to pay for takeout. I didn't have to stand pregnant in the kitchen cooking. It was very nice. I asked her a few times if she needed help. She had it all under control. And it was very nice. And yeah, she does empty the dishwasher, but what she does instead of putting things in the wrong places and then telling me that my places were wrong is if she doesn't know where something goes, she'll just leave it on the counter and she's like, I don't know where any of that goes, so you guys can put it away. Thanks, dude. Got it. Totally got it. Thanks for emptying the dishwasher. We will take it from here. Works for us. Same thing like when she folds my laundry and she goes, I don't turn things right side in. If it's inside out, I'm folding it that way. I don't care. Thanks for folding my laundry. I'll take it how you do it because I am just grateful. So yeah, not the way it should be. She only really comes for holidays though, and I do like her a lot. So I don't mind putting up with these mild annoyances. I'm currently pregnant with our little girl who will be born in a few months. This is a miracle. I really didn't think it would happen, especially so late, but we got lucky. When my mother-in-law heard, she was super excited and said she would come over to help us get ready for the baby. She offered to stay for the next 6 months or so to help out. That's a long stay for any goddamn person in my house because my husband and I both work long hours and it will be hard to handle the baby on top of this. She is also pretty emotionally invested in this because she truly sees herself as a part of our family. She arrived a few days ago and set herself up, then she started with the cleaning. I like collecting things from garage sales and such, things like little sculptures and books and baskets, stuff a lot of people would consider utter junk. Our house is definitely overstuffed, but it's reasonably tidy and doesn't seem like a hoarder's house or anything. I feel like that's something a hoarder would say, but okay. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, likes everything surgically clean. Yesterday, I came home from work to find the house like a war zone. She went through my cabinets and cleared out everything she considered junk and had apparently made several trips to Goodwill before I got home. Oh, overstepped. I was really angry and I asked her why she would ever do this. She said the house had to be tidy for the baby and it would be dangerous for the baby to be in my cluttered house. Is the baby going through cabinets? The F? Is the baby going through her cabinets? Why did you need to take things out of her cabinets and donate them to Goodwill without even talking to her first? What if that was like a prized piece of china from her great grandmother that got left to her, and you just donated to the freaking Goodwill? Who do you think you are? Oh, I'm upset. There goes my blood pressure. Then she took the next huge bag of stuff and tried to walk out the door. I kind of lost it and I told her she could get out right now. She was shocked that I was serious and she said she doesn't have anywhere to go and it's so late. It was about 9:30. I booked her a hotel room and called a taxi. Well, I mean, kind of reasonable to me. You didn't just throw her out on her ass and said, good luck finding somewhere to sleep tonight and the park is that way. I mean, you booked her a hotel room and said, get the hell out of my house because you overstepped your bounds. You threw away my shit. Like, if the mother-in-law was so concerned about the clutter in the house, she could have said, hey, on your next days off, why don't we go through some stuff? I'll help you guys organize and go through things that can maybe be let go of, things that you want to keep. Let's get it in a tidier way. To just get rid of someone's things is just so far beyond okay. My husband came home an hour later, and when I told him what happened, he was furious with me. He says I disrespected his mom and was ungrateful for everything she's trying to do for us. Am I the a-hole? No. I think your mom disrespected your wife, and you're not a tiny little child anymore, and you're not supposed to be on your mom's team. You're supposed to be on your wife's team. And your mother-in-law was pretty ungrateful for being given a place to stay. I mean, I understand she's there to help, but that's not helping. That's not the kind of help I asked for. The actual hell? Okay, let's see what the comments say. Not the a-hole, but who in their right mind invites their mom or mother-in-law to stay at their house for 6 months before the baby is due? That's insane. Sorry. And with what she previously did, her taking over was to be expected. Not her throwing stuff away. That's also insane. Yeah, y'all put yourself in a bad situation to start with. Next comment says, not the a-hole, but you may want to consider why she did that. Your house may actually be cluttered with junk and she was helping. I, of course, don't have like photos of your house in its previous state, but what she did was still an a-hole move. Okay, Reddit like overstepping their bounds and telling you that you're a hoarder. Maybe you are. Maybe you do need to declutter, but an infant isn't coming home to go through your cabinets. An infant needs a safe place to sleep, a safe place to do tummy time, and maybe like a safe place to have a swing, be swanging. And that's really about it. They don't take much space. When we brought my first son home, it was to a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was like technically there was a bedroom. Yeah, okay, bedroom was a decent size, but our living room was itsy bitsy. Our dining room had my desk and a dining room table in it, so it was super freaking crowded. And literally the only space I had for him to do tummy time was either on my bed, which is what I did often, or like honestly like a 6x4 space between our couch and our TV. It was very limited space. But we made do until he was 10 months old and we can move into this house. So like it can be done, and it wasn't a cluttered house. It was just a house that was too small. Babies don't need that much space. This is just ridiculous. Your mother-in-law totally overstepped her bounds. You did not just kick her out on her ass and told her like, good luck, Sally, like have a nice night. You booked her a hotel room and said, this is not gonna work. And I think that was warranted. She went behind your back while you were at work and just literally got rid of your things. Not only just bagged them up and was like, I'm going to take these to Goodwill, you literally took it upon yourself to get rid of this person's personal things. What if you had given away a family heirloom? What if you had given away something that she was planning to give to a friend? You literally have no idea because it's not your shit. I'm heated. Absolutely not the a-hole. I'd like to know what you think about that one in the comments, and let's get on to the next story. This says, am I the a-hole for not knowing if I want to attend my son's wedding? cannot imagine not wanting to attend my own son's wedding, but let's see what the story says. I, 58 female, my son, 36 male, is marrying his mistress, 44 female, 6 months after he divorced his first wife. That is a loaded sentence. For context, my son and his ex-wife, whom we will call Lindsay, met and started dating when they were a freshman in high school. They got married when they were 26 and were married for 10 years. I loved Lindsay. She was so amazing and sweet. My son is a surgeon and she always supported him. My son divorced his wife 6 months ago. He was cheating on her with another woman, Kimberly. I found out when I visited my son's house and saw Kimberly leaving his house. You dirty, dirty dog. I told my husband, but it turned out he always knew about the affair. I asked him why he didn't tell me, and he said it wasn't his business and it's not his secret to tell. He said this was their marriage, not ours, and they needed to figure it out. Let me just stop you right there. When my son is 36, he will have his own life to live. However, I will always be his mother, and I will always morally guide him. That's not to tell him what to do. That's not to demand that he do certain things. But if he's straying off the moral path, aka cheating on his wife, who he's known since he was 13 or 14 or 15 years old, yeah, I'm gonna speak up, because it is not the son that I raised. That's me as a mom, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I told Lindsay about the affair, and when Lindsay confronted him, my wife told her he wanted a divorce. Yikes. They divorced, and my son and Kimberly got engaged. Their wedding is in 2 weeks, and I was invited, but I don't know if I want to go. Lindsay was very heartbroken over the affair. I mean, yeah, I've known my husband since freshman year of college, and if I found out 10 years into our relationship or 10 years into our marriage that he was freaking, he had another woman on the side that was coming to my goddamn house, it wouldn't just be my heart that got broken. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. She was sad and cried for a long time, and I don't know if she has moved on yet. I'm still upset that my husband didn't tell me, and I told my son I don't know if I want to attend his wedding, and he replied, if you don't want to support your son, then don't. My husband is attending the wedding. I told him I didn't want him to, but he said, I'm going to my son's wedding. I don't like that he cheated, but it happened, and there isn't anything we can do about it. It's best to move on. What should I do? I mean, yikes. Supporting your son is one thing. Enabling him to make bad decisions is another thing. Is it a great decision to cheat on the woman that you've been with for 10 plus years with some trollop? Yes, I'm kicking it 17th century style. You're gonna cheat on your wife of your partner of over 10 years with some trollop, and then marry her 6 months later? Don't you think you're rushing that a tad bit? Like, I'm sorry, I have a firm stance on if you haven't known a person through every season, then you don't know that person. What if they're assholes in the summer? I just think you should know a person throughout every season of the year before you make a decision like marrying them. But you're a surgeon. Is she marrying you for your money? Do you even know that? Do you even know her? It's been 6 months. Oh, maybe you knew her for longer than that, because who knows how long you were cheating on your wife for. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would be able to support my son through something like that. I would always love him. I would always support him, you know, in like his life in general, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be a part of a wedding that is built on a house of lies. I don't know. Let's see what the comments say. I wish more people held their family and friends accountable for their behavior. A lot of people, especially parents, feel they have to support their adult family through any decision, and they're not allowed to voice their disappointment. I feel like this just enables the person. Why would they start making better decisions if there are basically no consequences? If they know they are going to lose respect, they might consider their choices more closely next time. Fair point. Like I said, support and enabling are two completely different things. Next says, totally agree. I can say that a similar situation happened to me. Husband cheated and his family did not stand by him. They absolutely did not support his bad decisions and told him so. They offered prayers and actual support so we could work on our marriage. He responded with anger and said if they won't support him, they're done. And 6 years later, they still haven't reconciled. He's married and has 4 more kids and still nothing. However, me and our son are still invited to his family's holidays and family gatherings. My new husband is also invited. My son maintains an awesome relationship with all of his dad's family without his dad. I love that family as much as my own. They are wonderful people who maintain their morals and convictions. Absolutely fair. Fair. I think I agree with the mom. I don't think I would be supporting my husband. I don't think I'd be supporting my son in this debauchery, personally. I really don't. That's how I feel about the situation. I'd like to know what you think in the comments, and let's get on to our next story. Am I the a-hole for stabbing a random person's hand with a pen? From the title, I'm gonna go ahead and say you shouldn't be stabbing anybody with anything. But let's see what the story says. I live alone in a small house and I've been having some stalker problems lately. So my mind is a bit on the edge, but just a few hours ago, I woke up to a vigorous rattling of the doorknob on my back door. I was sleeping on the couch with a lot of my homework sprawled on the table and I grabbed a pen. The rattling on the doorknob turned into punches and slams into the door as the man started screaming, "Let me in." This is why I have a German Shepherd. I would really like to see you bang on my door like that. My dog will eat you. I screamed back to stay away, but he wouldn't stop. I tried to tell him to back off, but he just kept yelling to let him in. I could see the neighbors turning on their lights as the commotion got louder and some started going out to take a look. I was sort of relieved because now I have witnesses or backup in case anything bad happens, so I unlocked the door, except I kept the chain and bolt on. I think that's what it's called, like the little... He immediately pushed on the door and started screaming to unlatch it. I didn't recognize him, but I don't think he'll try anything with people already watching or hearing. I refused to unlock it and told him that this is my house and I wouldn't let him in. In the middle of it, I tried to close it again, but he managed to grab my arm and I reacted by stabbing the pen in his palm. It caused some bleeding and he immediately backed off. I got him to go out into the street where he got recognized by some of my neighbors. Apparently, he is the son of my next door neighbor and he was drunk, confusing my house for his mom's and tried to get in. That's dangerous AF, even if it wasn't your freaking stalker. He's being violent and aggressive as hell. If I was his mom, I wouldn't let his ass in like that. There were a lot of apologies I gave to the Lola and her son next door, but I only received death glares as they went back inside their house. Excuse me? Your drunk ass son tried to break his way into my house, and when I stabbed him in the hand with a freaking pen, you're gonna give me a death glare? Bitch, you're lucky I didn't call the goddamn cops and he got tased or worse. The other neighbors were sympathetic, but still think I went overboard for stabbing when he grabbed your arm and tried to break down your friggin' door? It's been a while now and I can't sleep anymore because of it, so here I am asking, am I the a-hole for going too far? Nah, bitch, it wasn't far enough. Comment, he wasn't a random person. He was the person attempting to break into your home, not the a-hole. Screw your neighbors. What are you supposed to do when someone tries to force their way through your door? Offer them a fucking beverage? Next says, I don't understand why she apologized at all. Nah, I wouldn't apologize. I would call the fucking cops. Did you do damage to your door? Call the friggin' cops. Next says, stab him with a knife. Pens don't send the right message. It's not mightier than the sword with intruders. Literal intruders. That was disgusting. No, you're not the freaking a-hole. I cannot believe your neighbors think you went too far. You didn't know who the hell it was. If you knew it was your neighbor trying to get into your house and you were like, John, this isn't your house, John. Okay, yeah, maybe stabbing him in the hand would be a little bit too much. but you didn't know who he was. You didn't know what his intentions were. And who knows what he would have done if he did get into his house and found some random girl in it. Who knows how far that situation could have gone. Absolutely not the a-hole. I want to know what you think in the comments. Don't forget, we have a playlist of over 190 Am I the A-hole stories up here that you can binge. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!